Nigerian skit makers are not just about comedy anymore. These days, they've turned into full-blown entertainers, bringing the heat not just with their jokes and characters, but also with their moves. Yes, we're talking about real legit dance moves. From subtle waist wind to full-blown leg work, these skit makers can vibe and groove. Let's count down to 20 skit makers with the baddest dance step. At number 20, we have Craze Clown, the guy who makes those hilarious skits that leave you laughing out loud. Well, most of you might recognize him as Papa Adi. Craze Clown, whose real name is Emmanuel Ogonna Iweke, is a Nigerian skit maker and comedian who has taken the internet by storm with his witty and relatable skits about how African fathers discipline their children. But as it turns out, he's not just a skit maker, he also knows how to dance. Like a clown though, but his moves are actually pretty good. In some videos on Facebook or TikTok, he can be seen dancing to various viral songs, and many fans were shocked that he could dance.
10 bottles, 1 azu, 10 bottles, 10 bottles.
Next up at number 19, we have Gilmore. He's that guy who does a lot without making noise, and if you follow him, you already know. He's mostly known for his creative content where he posts relatable everyday life of a normal Nigerian. Since his content started popping up across social media, Gilmore has captured the hearts of many fans. But sometimes he just randomly dances. His coordination is not that of a pro dancer though, but it's good. And the confidence he carries on the dance floor gives the main character energy. At number 18, we have the Cute Abola, the cute comedian. The Cute Abola is another popular skit maker and a comedian who has made a name for himself in the ever-growing comedy industry in Nigeria.
Youngest honorable to fan. Youngest honorable to fan.
Fans would agree that if you scroll through all social media handles of the Cute Abola, there's no dull moment. There's also no dull moment outside social media because the guy is a whole vibe in person too. He's funny, he's energetic, and turns out he's a secret good dancer. Yes, the Cute Abola knows how to get in shape on the dance floor, whether it's on social media or at any social gatherings. Just like we've seen in numerous videos, sometimes it's even hard to match his dance energy. At number 17, we have Kata E. Kata E doesn't come to play when it comes to energy in his skits. You probably know him from the viral Machala hit he dropped. But beyond music and skits, this guy can move. He's loud, he's expressive, and his dance moves are chaotic in the best way. Kata E dances like someone who doesn't know embarrassment, and that's exactly why it works.
Machala, 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 Machala.
Whether he's vibing to his own track or jumping on the latest trend, Kata E brings street style movement with full force. If vibes could win awards, Kata E would be on stage every time. At number 16, we have Mama Dola. His real name is Folagade Banks, and he shot into the limelight when he began portraying Mama Dola, a hilarious, self-righteous, and often over-the-top Yoruba mother character in his skits. The character is known for her sharp tongue, traditional values, dramatic outbursts, and unique fashion sense that give the Nigerian mother energy. Over time, the character became a staple on Nigerian Instagram and TikTok feeds, placing Folagade Banks firmly among Nigeria's top skit makers. Mama Dola brings both the laughs and the moves, and if you've ever watched his skits, you know he always sneaks in a small dance, intentionally or not. Even outside skits, he dances as well. Next up at number 15, we have the notable Brain Jutter, who makes a good case as one of the best skit makers currently. He's funny, he can act, and his iconic green shirt makes him easily noticeable. Brain Jutter is one of those skit makers that rose quite rapidly, and no one was surprised because of the kind of content he uploads all over social media. But why he doesn't look like it, Brain Jutter can actually dance. Not like a pro, but the moves are there. As we have seen in a lot of videos on TikTok and the likes, he brings the unexpected, just like when he made a popular dance of an old song trend all over social media. At number 14, we have another skit maker, Sabinos. Whether he's getting scammed by a fake agent or misfiring in relationships or always been in trouble, Sabinos always finds a way to make us laugh until our stomachs hurt. He has become one of the most popular skit makers in the past few years. Now, let's talk about the dance side of things. First off, Sabinos doesn't look like your regular dancer. He's got that classic uncle at the party kind of energy, blue shirt tucked into black trousers, those iconic clunky shoes, and that confident bounce. But when the music hits, you had better give him space. His dance moves might not be choreographed or polished, but they have something more important: vibes and originality. Sometimes he's just vibing, sometimes he's doing a semi-amapiano shuffle, other times he's pulling off a half split with full confidence, and fans are always here for it. Coming in at number 13, it's OGB Recent, aka Cultist Boy. From the moment he dropped his now famous slang, "You won't collect," the streets haven't been the same. But beyond the slang and tough boy persona, persona in his skits, this guy can really dance. OGB Recent is the type to break out in a full-blown legwork battle at the drop of a beat. He's known to sprinkle in a bit of street flavor and energy into his movements, quick, sharp, and full of attitude. His style is very Gen Z Naija, combining those street pop dance moves with hilarious facial expressions. What sets him apart is that confidence. Whether he's doing a serious TikTok challenge or just vibing behind the scenes of his skit, you can tell he enjoys the groove. His moves might not be as polished as the trained dancers, but they are fresh, fast, and clean. At number 12, we have Liu Assabi, the legal jargon king, the courtroom joker, the Ponzi prophet. Lai is one of those skit makers whose comedy style is intelligent, creative, and always hilariously dry. But what might shock a few fans is that Lai can actually move. He's not out here doing professional choreography or spinning on his head, but when Lai hits the dance floor, especially at events or in casual TikTok clips, the man can hold his own. There's a certain loose, carefree groove in his style, like someone who's not trying to impress anyone but ends up killing it anyway. His energy gives, I didn't plan to dance, but since we're here, I'll scatter the dance floor. The footwork is decent, the expressions are elite, and the transitions are surprisingly smooth. At number 11, we have one of the OGs in the Nigerian skit comedy, Mark Angel. If you've ever been watching skits since the early 2010s, then you already know how much Mark Angel comedy shaped the skit scene, especially with the introduction of Emanuela and other kids in the crew. But outside his skits, this man can surprise you with his dance moves. Don't be fooled by the uncle vibe. Mark Angel has rhythm, and even though his style sometimes looks like calm energy, it works. It's funny, energetic, and honestly not bad at all. One time he posted a video dancing and fans were shocked. The man was moving like someone who has been hiding his skill for so long. Now we're entering the top 10 and we have Olua Dollars. This guy is not just a skit maker, he's a full-blown entertainer, comedian, singer, and low-key a dancer as well. Olua Dollars has been in the comedy game for years and has dropped some of the funniest online skits. But what you may not realize is that when it comes to dancing, he's not here to play. Olua Dollars is probably the first name on this list who could actually switch careers and become a dancer or hype man full-time. His energy is electric, his movements are sharp, and he knows how to control the beat. Whether it's leg work, waist moves, or those funny challenge steps, he's got it on lock. And let's not forget, he's also a musician, so the rhythm is naturally part of his DNA. When he dances, it feels like he's speaking through the music, like every move is intentional, but still full of vibes. At number 9, we have Zeke Salom, born Aloma Isaac Jr. He's one of those skit makers who slipped into the comedy scene like he had always been there. He's known for his hilarious portrayal of female characters, especially the over-the-top church auntie or the sarcastic mommy G.O., who is always judging people with holy fire. His expressions are top tier and his acting is honestly underrated. But Zeke Saloma doesn't just serve comedy, he sprinkles in some dancing from time to time. And when he does, it's always worth watching. He may not be a full-blown choreographer, but he dances. You feel the spirit of laughter, of joy, and sometimes of actual groove. At number 8, we have Toma. Real name Miriam Akpokagi Green. She rose to fame by playing multiple characters in a single family, especially the no-nonsense African mother who doesn't spare the rod or the insults. Taoma's skits are mostly about everyday Nigerian family life, but her delivery and storytelling make even the most normal situations completely hilarious. But every now and then, Toma likes to vibe and dance. She doesn't dance too often in her skits, but when she does, the steps are clean, smooth, and surprisingly fire. She doesn't just move, she performs, and the energy is always on point like a real actual dancer. At number 7, we have Desni. He's one of the freshest faces in the Nigerian skit, but don't let that fool you. His creativity is wild. He's known for his dramatic, sometimes chaotic, sometimes spiritual comedy. You know the type of skits that start like a joke but end in full-blown unexpected madness? That is Desni's signature. But what really stands him out is the way he dances. Desni doesn't just dance for vibe. He dances with full energy. The guy can move. Whether he's pulling some crazy footwork or just doing a slow motion groove, the control he has over his body is just mad. It's not always serious dancing. Sometimes it's mixed with comedy, but there's no denying that Desni has rhythm in his DNA. At number 6, we have the hilarious Josh Too Funny. Real name Josh Alfred. A man whose creativity honestly has no boundaries. His skits are a mix of talent show parodies, funny gospel music, and wild character acting that could pass for stage drama. You've probably seen his Don't Leave Me challenge or his talent show series where he plays the ridiculous contestant and also even the more ridiculous judges. But don't let the funny fool you. Josh Too Funny can dance. dance. His moves are not just entertaining, they are always sometimes very on point. He often uses dancing as part of his skit narratives, usually when he's pretending to be some overzealous contestant performing for a confused panel. But in between all the humor and exaggeration, the guy actually shows off skill. Into the top 5 now, and sitting at number 5 is none other than Officer Wos, known for playing a stammering police officer with a permanently confused face. Officer Wos, whose real name is Jubril Oladapo Badamosi, blew up when he started collaborating regularly with brother Shaggy. Together, they made scenes that look like regular police harassment turn into pure comedy gold. But here's what you might not know. Officer Wos can dance, like properly dance. Not just skit level grooving, actual serious movement. In fact, when he hits the dance floor, it's like a whole new person shows up. You think his stammering police character can move, but give him a beat and he starts dishing out footwork like a professional dancer at a Lagos wedding. Next up at number 4, we have Sydney Talker. And you just know that this list wouldn't be complete without him.
Say I don't follow corner, cause my life will be one night wonder.
Sydney Talker, who is always seen with his iconic white towel draped over the shoulder, is one of the most recognizable and funniest skit makers in Nigeria. From awkward dating scenarios to ridiculous misunderstandings, Sydney has a way of exaggerating the ordinary and turning it into pure comedy gold. His expressions alone are enough to make you laugh, but if you think that's where the fun ends, wait till you see him dance. This guy brings so much energy to the floor. It's almost like he's possessed by a spirit of groove. Whether he's vibing solo or dancing with friends, Sydney's energy is always off the charts. His steps are sharp, fast, and filled with drama, just like his skits. At number 3, we have Nas Boy, the low-budget OBO, who has now become a household name all on his own. Nas Boy is one of those skit makers who just know how to blend comedy and music in the smoothest way possible. He started off by mimicking Davido, but now he's not just an impressionist, he's a full-blown brand. His skits are often based on street life, cruise, music, and that chaotic energy that just makes him so fun to watch. He can also sing with trending hits like Umbrella, but Nas Boy can dance as well. And not just anyhow dance. Whether he's throwing it back to old school Nigerian party steps or vibing to the latest Amapiano hits, Nas Boy knows how to work the beat. He has a kind of unbothered street style flow when he dances, and it's part of what makes him so cool. At number 2, we have Nasty Black. He's also not a new name in the skit making world, as he has built a massive fan base on social media for his acting skills. He's known for his cinematic, high-quality comedy videos, skits that sometimes feel like short films. He's the guy who can switch between a romantic lover, a street guy, or an undercover agent and make you believe every single role. His skits are clean, intentional, and very funny. But if you've ever stumbled on one of his dance videos, then you already know Nasty Black doesn't play when it comes to moves. In fact, some people argue that he's more of a dancer than anything else. That might be true because this man can dance like it's his full-time job. From smooth body rolls to crisp leg work and clean Amapiano steps, Nasty Black brings that finesse that makes you rewind the clip over and over. You almost forget you're watching a skit maker. He looks like he should be on tour with a music artist as a backup dancer. At number 1, we have brother Shaggy, and it's only fitting that he's number 1 on this list. See, brother Shagu is a complete entertainer. He's not just a skit maker, he's an actor, singer, dancer, and content king. From his early days shouting "Oya hit me" in the streets to being a star in Hollywood movies, TV ads, and even music videos, but the Shaggy has consistently proven that he's not your average skit maker. His comedy skits are iconic. He brings that fast-talking, confused Agbero energy that Nigerians love. But what sets him apart even more is his versatility. This man can do anything. He can switch from a serious character to an unserious one in a flash. He can sing romantic songs, he can rap, he can act, and yes, he can dance. But the Shaggy has a serious rhythm. It's not the regular "I'm just vibing" kind of dancing. He goes all in. He hits hard. He dances like someone who's got music flowing through his bones. He can bend, break, freeze, and even spin. He has done leg work that would make Pokoli nod in respect. Put him in a dance-off with pro dancers and he will hold his own. If anything, he might even outshine them with the way he mixes humor and dance into something so natural and unique.